Live from the Grenadian capital, this is the GBN television news. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines is brought to you compliments GUT Credit Union.
I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. I'm reaching my dreams with GUT. They're the ones for me. Since 1983, they've been serving the country, and we like all their financing, giving the people what they want, what they need, what they love. Come and join the family that's here for you all the way, from birth to graduation, your first job to your home and your car through your golden years.
The GT Credit Union has been actively supporting nation building through its many sponsorships and programs, including financial literacy quiz, Pass the Torch Calypso program, junior cooperatives in secondary schools, CPEA, and the TAMCC grants. The credit union has helped many people make their dreams come true. Let them help you with yours. You don't have to be a teacher to be a member. So what are you waiting for?
GUT Credit Union, it's where you belong.
This is GBN News for Monday, October 12, 2020. In the headlines, Health Ministry goes into protective mode as imported COVID-19 case surfaces. Public concerned that returning nationals may be breaching the quarantine protocols. Teachers Union accusing Education Minister of putting lives at risk. Former Prime Minister gives nod of approval to newly minted Government Grenada movement. Coming up in the sports news, accolades for Lewis Hamilton as he equals the Schumacher record. And in the Around the Globe segment, Rastafarians in St. Lucia worry of government's pronouncements of cannabis decriminalization. Good evening from the Grenada Broadcasting Network. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. We'll be back after this.
Get high making money moves with the NLA's new Aces High Scratch game with 4 chances to win. Beat the dealer's card to win the prize shown. Reveal an A symbol. And just like that, you are automatically a winner. Scratch away to win the top prize of $10,000. Win easy with Scratch. Must be 18 or older to play.
Thanks for joining us. The Health Ministry has gone into protective mode. It has taken a Grenadian national into quarantine following a positive COVID-19 indication from a battery of tests. This brings to 25 the number of COVID-19 cases which have been recorded in Grenada. The commonality with this development, as with most others in the past, is that it is an imported case. The patient has been identified as a male in his mid-20s to early 30s of Tivoli, St. Andrew, who returned to the country on Air Canada last Monday. The Health Ministry ensured the public was brought up to speed on the developments during a brief this afternoon.
This latest case is the first in about 3 months, and it is the first imported case since the full reopening of Grenada's borders on 1st October. The confirmed case is a St. Andrew resident who returned from Canada and who regrettably left quarantine unknown to health officials before he was given the all clear to do so.
Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles talking there. He says the ministry has been informed that the COVID-19 patient attended more than one social gathering on island after breaking quarantine. Dr. Charles is appealing to people who believe that they may have attended these functions to come forward.
We have received numerous reports alleging that the individual was present at social gatherings. We are at present investigating these reports, and if individuals are aware that they were present at these gatherings while the individual was there, we urge them to quarantine themselves and contact health officials.
Dr. Charles confirmed that the individual has been quarantined and the ministry is engaged in contact tracing. He said so far more than one household has been quarantined as a result of this new case. He added that health officials have already started testing individuals who have been in contact with the patient.
There are households presently under quarantine as a result of exposure to this individual. Well, it is not one household, all right? There are going to be many households that are affected, all right? As we get more information and as we identify more contacts, those persons are placed under quarantine, all right? I do not have I cannot give you a number at present. Like I said, the situation is fluid and ongoing. Remember, this case was confirmed yesterday. The testing is ongoing today, so I would not have that number in front of me because the persons doing the testing are out in the field conducting the testing. Once they collect the samples, it goes to a lab. It generally takes between 1 to 2 days to receive the results.
According to the acting chief medical officer, the patient will be charged. This story to report: some people went into panic mode on the weekend as reports of the suspected case made the rounds. During GBN's To The Point program this morning, callers expressed concern about their safety. They were reacting to suggestions that quarantine protocols are not being followed.
We have civilians that have friends in the police force. Something goes wrong, and well, because of a friend, they, make some excuse, they pass it over, pretend that they don't see. Such persons, in the case of the police, they should be dismissed immediately. The law is the law, and unless these things are not done, we are not going to get anywhere at all. Thank you.
Somebody else on WhatsApp says you never get 100% compliance. Those who breach the protocol should be prosecuted.
What is good for the goose is good for the gander. You can have people, some going in quarantine and some not. This is not right for our nation. We don't want this COVID to come and ride us each and every man. We're in a small nation, and we have to protect our nation.
Well, you see that when they lower the repercussions and things like that, so the penalties, they pay less and they get less jail time and so, they say that left it as it was. You understand? So you lower the price. Some people could gather that kind of money, you understand? So mark up the penalties how it was, and if they cannot stay in quarantine and they don't want to follow our rules, send them back where they come from.
Okay, aren't there penalties attached to those regulations? As far as I know, they enforce the penalties consistently. Short answer.
Well, some individuals were also angered by reports that a Grenadian resident sneaked into a quarantine facility to visit someone who arrived on the island last week. Reports are that the person jumped out of a window to avoid being detected by health and security officials who were examining the property. Reports say the person suffered a broken leg. Negotiations are continuing with Seabourn and Sea Dream Yacht Club to resume cruise calls to Grenada. The Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism say the discussions are aimed at creating income-generating activities for many. Last week, Minister for Tourism, Dr. Clarice Modeste-Cohen, said requests have been made by the cruise lines to secure access to uncrowded beaches to minimize personal contact between locals and visitors, thus reducing any possible transmission of disease. In a release, the ministry says that in this pandemic period, the first priority of the government is to keep the shores of the Tri-Island states safe and ensure responsible and diverse economic recovery. Government says Sea Dream Yacht Club is proposing to work with Barbados, Grenada, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Other news, the President General of the Grenada Union of Teachers is accusing the Ministry of Education of putting students and their teachers' lives at risk. Marvin Andal is hanging the accusation on the ministry's decision to remove the 6 feet physical distancing protocols. He spoke with GBN via Zoom on Monday.
The government said in a press statement that Cabinet has approved the removal of the physical distancing arrangements in classrooms. These were removed while all other protocols were left in place. Teachers Union President Marvin Andal thinks the timing is bad, considering that more flights are being accepted at the Maurice Bishop International Airport. Mr. Andal also referenced the high COVID-19 case count in neighboring Trinidad, and he worries about a possible outbreak here.
And schools have with it is a melting pot. The children come from multiple homes, and to have the removal of social distancing in the school sends the message that it's okay there, but in other places we maintain the social distancing. It doesn't make sense, it appears. So we have to be on the side of caution. We want to suggest that let us at least make out the rest of this month and review the situation and then make a determination as to how we go forward thereafter.
According to the GUT president, sinks are yet to be installed in some schools, which is a key component in the COVID-19 protocols.
Most schools are providing their own hand sanitizer. The washing sink that we thought would have been part of phase 1, in most instances, are yet to be there. So far, they have not been provided. Teachers, being the kind of persons they are, went out and, in some cases, do those things that the ministry was supposed to do themselves. So let us not put teachers and students at risk by removing the social distancing in school.
Andal also expressed frustration that while the Education Ministry rolls out a full return to the classroom, some schools remain understaffed. According to him, temporary teachers are still home awaiting a response on when they can resume duties. The union is hoping to get an audience with the Education Ministry sometime this week to share the fraternity's concerns. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
Still ahead in network news, remember Abel Mark, the youngster who crawls to school on his hands? Well, he continues to make great strides and tells GBN about his big dream. Stay close.
Paying is faster and easier with Flow FastPay. Use your MasterCard or Visa and pay from anywhere. Log on to discoverflow.co/fastpay and press Consumer. Select your country and enter your account number. Enter the amount to be paid and an email address. Enter your credit card information. You'll receive a payment confirmation with the transaction details, along with a receipt to your email address. It's fast, safe, and easy. Flow, keeping you connected.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here even when the future seems unclear, because one thing is certain: you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Showtime shopping quarters, we got all the things you want. So many ways to shop, you can pick up curbside. cheer you like. Showtime, showtime. We got it, just what you need. Yeah, Quartz got it.
Hey, did you know Waggity Bingo is now online?
Yes.
And did you also know you can win up to $10,000?
Yes.
So, have you tried it yet?
Yes. Hey! Sunday, October 18th. Get ready for the 8th edition of Waggity's Virtual Bingo. Lots of people are enjoying the fun and excitement. And this time, you can win $10,000 US. Tickets are only $10 US or 27 EC. Available from GoToFed.com or numerous box offices island-wide. Still having problems signing up? Then visit the main office at Bruce Street or call 440-4646. Remember, Sunday, October 18th.
The games are virtual, but the cash is real.
Waggity Virtual Bingo, the new way to play bingo.
They say sometimes less is more, but at Real Value IGA Supermarket, we believe more is more. And since we are all about more, we want to buy more from farmers like you so we can sell more to our customers. If you have a farmer's ID and fresh produce to sell, Real Value IGA wants to buy.
For more information, contact Real Value IGA on WhatsApp at 405-4405 or give them a call at 439-2121.
When I need shelter, warmth, security, I know you'll be there. Something in these moments lets me know you care. Maybe the way you shield me, maybe it's your smiles and the way you tell me it's okay to try. Now I'm invincible. I can pack my sack. I can take the long road, 'cause it's okay to look back if I am scared. I know you're there. Arise, together there's no limit to what we can do. Arise, with no wings, fly. Arise, and we're so high, enjoy the view. Look, no wings, fly.
This is Ariza, your financial freedom, your future.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
There's a reason we have been here to serve you for the past 40 years. A reason we have continued to grow. A reason we have continued to celebrate. That reason is you. We have been here to help you plan for your future and here to help you celebrate your achievements. We continue to be here, even when the future seems unclear. Because one thing is certain, you're the reason we care.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas is hoping that a newly minted activist grouping will help to free Grenadians from the shackles of fear. He's hopeful that with the newly launched NGO, the Grenada Movement will stimulate the public discourse on major issues of national concern. The former Prime Minister shared his thoughts with my colleague, Christina John.
Thomas says he fully endorses the organization.
It is good. It is important to have groups in the society to speak on behalf of issues affecting our people. There are times when one speaks because you have a political connection, they say it's political. When you have a group like an interest group, a pressure group, I guess when they speak, people would realize, and people would take them seriously. Because in recent times, most people in our society have become somewhat how should I say, they're afraid to speak out because of victimization.
He speaks on some of the areas he believes should be tackled as a matter of priority.
Particular to address the economic issues, to address the whole issue of respect for our institutions. We have seen a decline in our institutions over the years, and the independence of the media. Of course, some people feel in recent time the media has been taking a more independent line. I don't know, but we need people to speak out on matters. Look at the CBI project. I mean, they talk about an investigation into the so-called shrimp farm, but we have heard nothing about it.
In the coming months, Grenadians may have to give up some privileges to accommodate cruise visitors to local beaches. While some persons are expressing understanding on the issue, others are against the proposal being touted by government. We asked the former Prime Minister, Mr. Thomas, for his thoughts on the subject.
For instance, I heard this latest issue about a tourist ship is going to come to Grenada and they want to occupy a beach. This is something that the nation needs to speak out about because, I mean, Grenadians should not be marginalized to promote tourism. We welcome tourism. We're willing to share with people and to be part of the process, but we should not be marginalized. You know, neither should we be treated as second class. We are genuine citizens of Grenada, and we should have access to all our beaches. Not even for 1 hour should we be deprived of.
Mr. Thomas was not the only one happy with the move. Gulf resident Llewellyn Duncan is among members of the public who followed the launch on the media of the Grenada movement last week.
I think we need in the country right now is a government that is going to look at the interests of the country. Right now, NNP is looking after the interests of the party. And cost is what it will. All their concern, NNP have to be there. They don't care what it costs. But we need someone that will be looking after the interests of the country.
Grenadian economist Dr. Patrick Antwine is the chairman of the Grenada movement. While some persons have ascribed political aspiration by members of the movement, persons connected thereto tell GBN that they are an activist grouping and nothing else. Time will tell. Christina John, GBN News.
A young man in St. Mark says he is on the move and does not plan to stop despite his challenges. Abel Mark has come a long way and continues to dream big. It was in 2016 that the Grenada Broadcasting Network broke the news of young Abel. With more than 47,000 views and 23,000 shares, this young man's story touched many hearts. Today, Rena Pear brings us an update on Abel and his family.
After GBN brought Abel's story to the public 4 years ago, he was able to travel to the United States, where he had a successful surgery on his waist and back. The now 16-year-old can move and sit upright and is making significant progress. Today, Abel Mark is in Form 4, attempting 10 CXC subjects. He has high hopes and aspirations pinned on graphics design.
When I grew up, I want to be a graphic designer. I'm a big fan of cars, and well, I like computer and everything. I just like to see the designs on cars and well, yeah, and all that. Any type of graphic, but my main graphics is on vehicles, like the logo and everything.
As Abel continues his educational journey, he has a fervent prayer.
Well, all I want to do is just to walk, and that's all. Well, if that is possible, I'll feel real happy to walk again. You ease me in, well, for my mother-wise and getting on in school more. I'll be able to walk, well, a little more faster into my other classes and them.
His father, Clifton Mark, also harbors Abel's dream of realizing his full potential to walk.
For him, that's his life, and I want to see him up and running. I would like to find out from anyone, any doctors, who have any information or who can see him and give me information about how he can walk, where the operation could be done, if it's possible, and give me something that's we know definitely they're willing to do it, and the cost and something as that, and we're going to take it from there. Once I get the information from doctors or in any country, we're going to take it from there. If nothing can be done, I got to deal with it and keep on carrying it on my head, my back, anywhere I could to give me more time to give him.
Max says the family is forever grateful to members of the public who have supported them throughout this journey, and they hope that Abel's accomplishments will serve as a motivation for others. For GBN News, I am Rena Pear reporting.
It's inspiring. The residents of Sans Souci continue to complain over the land slippage around their homes. They say they are grateful for the steps that were constructed in the area, but the lack of proper drainage is creating a serious hazard.
Some residents of Lower Sans Souci are fearful that their homes are on the brink of a catastrophe. They say it's a wash-down situation that is beyond their control, and now they are pleading for the Ministry of Works to intervene. Janaika Pear, explaining her situation, says since before the last election, she lodged her complaint to the coordinator for the area and was promised that something will be done. She says her gap is already gone because of the continuous flow of water due to poor drainage.
Concern is the water. Every time rain comes, as you can see, the water from on top coming down right here, and just now we cannot pass to go up in our land. The government built a step, and we're glad for the step because before the step it was mud and it was struggle for us when rainfall just the same. We thanks for the step, but at the same time we need a drain for the step because the water coming down on the step and eventually all the land going to slide out.
She's not the only one affected. This gentleman who opted to stay off camera is one of 5 other households affected.
The water will coming from on top Sans Souci, like when all the drains overload on Sans Souci, like every heavy rain, some in the soil go. I have little landslides, which in front. Well, it's affecting the neighbors go straight down. It's about 5 houses go down, or 6 straight down to the bottom. As a heavy rainfall, the water come and like all the overflow. Then I see they was doing a piece from on top, but they stopped it up here. So it's obvious when you reach where they stop, you just keep coming through the mud.
You see water start all by me. I have a back wall, and if you see that water pump out there, real water start.
As the rainy season continues, they're in need of urgent assistance.
We go to them numerous times and nothing never really done. And right now I reach a point where you don't know what to do. So I don't know who could just outside there listening, parliamentary rep for St. George's. I can't say I know who it is because I never see him, he never walk around, you know. So I just need some assistance. That's all.
If the relevant authorities, who I think we spoke to a couple of them over a period of time, they say something will be done, but so far nothing done, you know, but the situation keep getting worse.
Chrislina John, GBN News.
All right, time now for GBN ISAW.
A good eye captures all. GBN ISAW is brought to you by Clear Vision.
You know us, but we knew. You feel at home with every visit. An experienced team offering personalized courtier service and trendy brand name lifestyle products. We're changing the vision care landscape one customer at a time. Clear Vision Eye Center. People and technology coming together to help you see the world with a clearer vision.
Tonight's ISAW features video footage captured of Saturday's unexpected flash flood in the town of St. George, which rendered the streets impassable for some pedestrians. The torrential showers were only reported in the south of the island, which was appalling to some residents outside the town of St. George. The rain resulted in a sewer-like stench being emitted from the drains and vents. You can send us your photo and video submissions via our social media platforms, including WhatsApp on 405-3052.
When we return, students gain tertiary education with the help of the HEAN project. We'll tell you all about it. Stay with us.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call, 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website, hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
It's new, innovative and classy, and a cut above the rest. Your one-stop shop for bathtubs, kitchenette, customized doors and windows, and even a new paint job. We also sell quartz and solid surface countertops. At M&N Hardware, we offer best prices, excellent service, efficiency, and reliability. Visit us at Dusty Highway, Grandin, St. George, or call telephone number 440-6757. M&N Hardware, from foundation to roof. Let's build together.
The Franklins are returning from their dream vacation, but they soon discover that their world has changed.
They want to test Papa for COVID-19. Why they don't test all them damn people that are flying on the plane with the woman they call in Patient Zero?
Heritage Theatre presents Patient Zero, a full-length play written by Chris DeRiggs, directed by Neela Etienne. Patient Zero, a story about a family and a nation under the grips of COVID-19.
Madness! Pure madness!
He got the whole world in his hands. We got the whole world in his hands.
I mean, your father has just been carried away on a stretcher, and all you can say is you're locked up and you're frustrated?
What do you want me to say? I'm locked up, I'm frustrated.
Patient Zero at the Grenada Trade Center.
They ain't even allowing 2 Dashing to come from St. Vincent. All they're talking about is curfew, curfew, curfew.
Social distancing and other safety protocols will be in place.
Tropical shipping is fast and reliable. Always on time, safe and affordable. Friendly staff here to connect you. Tropical worldwide, you must get you. Shop online and you get it on time. Hassle free to meet your deadline. Consolidate any size, any load. With tropical shipping, so we ship everything. I can't wait to ship with tropical. I can't wait. No package too big, too small. I cannot wait to ship with tropical. No package too big, too small. Just ship with tropical.
Local agents, George F. Huggins and Company, Grenada Limited. Telephone number 440-8787, or visit our website at www.tropical.com. Email us at grenadasales@tropical.com. Tropical Shipping, committed to island life.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Are you looking for quality herbs and herbal supplements? Or are you thinking about having a complete body cleanse to jumpstart your health? Then no need to look further. Visit Nirvana Natural Health Clinic, Detox Center, and Natural Health Store. We carry a wide range of herbal products for kidney and gallstone cleansing, male sexual enhancement formulas, asthma and sinusitis, gas and bloating, acid reflux, constipation, arthritis, imbalanced hormones, female health issues, reviews, liver cleansing, weight loss, and so much more. Also available, colonic irrigation, holistic health consultations, essential oils, and diffusers. Look out for our online natural health store coming soon. Call 231-6642 for 18-7115 or 449-7753 to find out about our delivery options or to book an appointment. Visit us at Belmont St. George's, close to the Foliage, Monday to Saturday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Nirvana Natural Health Clinic. Detox your way to health.
GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Paying is who wants to save 30%. Everybody. Now more than ever, Flow understands the need to make your dollar stretch. Our new bundles can help you save 30% off your current bill. Plus, get a free speed upgrade on your in-home internet. Simply add your mobile to your current home services account and save 30%. It's easy. Sign up now and save. All on the best fixed and mobile network on island. Visit a Flow store or call us at 1-800-804-2994 for more information. Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
We're back. A local non-government organization continues to give students opportunities to stand head and shoulders among their peers. It goes under the umbrella of HEON, which stands for Help Empower Our Nation, and is making tertiary education affordable to students who may not be financially stable to afford it. An award ceremony was held on Saturday at the Grenville Secondary School.
13 students successful in this year's CSEC exams are now guaranteed a tertiary education. On Saturday, scholarships for full tuition to the T.A. Marisho Community College were awarded. One of the sponsors from the inception of the HEON project is Mr. Frederick Belfon.
Let's look at it this way. Education is one of the sure ways of equalizing in society, one of the biggest equalizers. The fact that you give a person the opportunity to get education that they would not normally would have attained means that they have a better possibility to get a better job and be a more of a, what should I say, a contributor to the society, the families. And once you do that, you basically bring up the entire society and put in a position that they can provide better for their families, and at the end, our whole society would improve in that way.
Former Prime Minister Mr. Tillman Thomas believes education puts young people on a stronger footing and provides them with a sense of independence.
Education is really necessary for the upliftment of our people. In particular, our young people need to be educated to make a valuable contribution to our society. The more educated you are, the less susceptible you are to exploitation. You become more independent. You could contribute. So it is something we see as vital for our young people, and we decided to support.
Anne Alexander Memorial has partnered with the HEON project this year to provide 2 additional scholarships. Renee Beggs Joseph and Janique King are the 2 awardees. Representative Karima Johnson applauds the support of the HEON project to students. Setting aside politics, she noted the importance of organizations like the HEON project to bring about the change that is necessary. Since the inception of the project in 2015, more than 40 students were set on the path to their academic achievement. Based on request from the organization, students are expected to attend all classes as scheduled, maintain a grade point average of 2.7 or higher, complete a community project, and hold open communication with the project personnel. Christina John, GBN News.
Grenada will join in observing World Food Day on Friday of this week. Here's what we can tell you. This year's theme is Grow, Nourish, and sustain together for the future. World Food Day 2020 marks the 75th anniversary of the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, as countries around the world deal with the widespread effects of the global COVID-19 pandemic. Director of Research in the Ministry of Agriculture, Dr. Malachi Dottin, says the launch of the National Food Security Program is one of the highlights of this year's local observance.
We may want to ask ourselves, how does that apply to Grenada? You may recall that we would have said and launched the National Food Security Program. And we have said that all Grenadians at all times should have access, should have economical, physical, cultural, and affordable access to safe, nutritious, and sufficient food for an active and healthy lifestyle. So our food security program, how we would have defined it, is linked. There is a dialectic relationship with what is being offered by FAO in terms of the World Food Day team.
Dr. Dottin has given the assurance that organizers of Friday's observance are mindful of the COVID-19 regulations.
On the 16th of this month, which is Friday, we will have the display, but we will maintain all the COVID theory, and it will take place at the National Stadium. Apart from that activity on Saturday at the National Stadium, we have already started activity at the respective school, both secondary and primary school, where we have been discussing the team.
Former Commissioner of Police Winston James is among a number of Grenadians honored by Queen Elizabeth II for their outstanding achievements and contributions to society. James has been awarded the Most Excellent Order of the British Empire, Civil Division, Order of the British Empire for service to national security. The award was announced on the Queen's Birthday Honours List 2020. Father Sean Doggett has also been awarded OBE for religious and community service. Her Majesty the Queen has graciously approved the award of the British Empire Medal Civil Division to Mrs. Hortensia Francis for her contribution to the arts, Mrs. Susan Mains for service to the arts, and John Felix Williams for voluntary service. Congratulations to all of them. We invite you to stay with us. More from us after the break.
At Communal, we are adapting to meet the changing needs of our shareholders and members. Times are changing, and with the changing times comes a whole new way to do business. Our parents may have done their banking a different way. Communal's state-of-the-art online banking and international debit card allows members to do business with great ease. It's like literally having a branch in your very own hands. Need a loan? Apply online from the comfort of your own home anywhere in the world, and your request will be dealt with remotely. Want to transfer between your accounts or another shareholder? No wait time for transactions to update. Voila! Who needs receipts when you can receive them via e-statements on your mobile device and save the environment? Not a Communal member? You can join our family today by applying online. At Communal, we see you working hard to ensure that you save, invest, and grow. Communal. Join us today. This will be the best financial decision you have ever made.
you know Waggity Bingo is now online?
Yes!
And did you also know you can win up to $10,000?
Yes!
So, have you tried it yet?
Yes! Hey! Sunday, October 18th. Get ready for the 8th edition of Waggity's Virtual Bingo! Lots of people are enjoying the fun and excitement. And this time, you can win $10,000 US. Tickets are only $10 US or 27 EC. Available from GoToFed.com or numerous box offices island-wide. Still having problems signing up? Then visit the main office at Bruce Street or call 440-4646. Remember, Sunday, October 18th.
The games are virtual, but the cash is real.
Waggity Virtual Bingo, the new way to play bingo.
Offio.com.
Sale. All the outlets, hotspot outlets. You're going to go to the Carnage, the Grenville, or the Sutter's hotspot, and you get sales and deals on all items. You can get these on potato, you can get these on saltfish, onion, garlic, mackerel, toilet paper, and we even have the currants and the raisin at $10 per pound, lowest price island-wide. So people just come down or go up or go across, but just make sure and go to hotspots.
We're tracking developments in the tropics. Here's the very latest from TV6's Saguni Mohammed.
All right, it was quite a wet setup across the islands earlier today, and it seems as though that will continue well into the rest of this evening for Trinidad and Tobago, as we're seeing a bit of troughing at play. And when we talk about troughing, we're talking about an area of disturbed weather, usually from a degenerated tropical wave, and that is producing scattered and isolated thunderstorm and showery activity across the islands, mostly building up across the southwestern portion into the rest of this evening. But that doesn't mean that the rest of the island isn't going to be seeing considerably cloudy skies as the evening progresses well into tomorrow morning. It will begin to settle down significantly, but a few areas will continue to see that showery activity. Trinidad just a little bit cooler at 23 degrees Celsius, so you'll be pulling the covers well into tomorrow morning. And with that in mind, if you've been following us on social media, then you're very well into the know as to what's happening with Invest 93L, a very active tropical wave that is being given a lot of attention, not just by the Trinidad and Tobago Met Service, but by the National Hurricane Center as well. And right now we're seeing that this area of low pressure is quite weak. It is still a tropical wave. It's just being given the name 93L at this time so that we can identify it compared to all the other tropical waves in and around the region. And this system is forecast to move in a west-northwesterly direction and track very close to the islands of the Eastern Caribbean. Now, notice I'm saying the islands because there are a lot of islands to look at where this system's forecast track is concerned, but we also have a lot of areas to battle as well. In particular, there's a lot of strong vertical wind shear coming out from the west, and that is going to disrupt or limit, even inhibit this system from developing further into a potential tropical cyclone. But only time will tell what the weather will bring. The National Hurricane Center is giving it quite of a low to medium chance of developing in the next few days, and the Trinidad and Tobago Met Service is definitely keeping a close eye on this one, because even if it doesn't develop as tropical waves usually do, it will track in that westerly direction and of course bring us some shower and thunderstorm activity as the days progress, kind of like what we were experiencing very early on today. So look out for these conditions to pick up significantly as we get into the middle of this week and then tapering off well into the end of it. So we'll be monitoring this for you, and just so you know, in the event that this system actually does develop into a tropical cyclone, it will take the next name on the hurricane list, which by the way we've gotten into the Greek alphabet, and that is going to be Epsilon. So look out for that just in case it develops. If it doesn't, well, it's just another tropical wave traversing the Atlantic as they do every wet season and hurricane season. So again, that tropical wave moving in that westerly direction. Earlier today we had that surface trough or degenerated tropical wave, and as you can see, it's still producing some showers and scattered thunderstorm activity for us. So definitely into tomorrow's forecast, we will be looking out for, again, a considerable amount of cloudiness mixing in with that sunshine, and of course the showers and isolated thunderstorms thunderstorms. Most of that activity, however, will pick up into the later afternoon hours, tapering off as we approach the evening period. By midnight, we'll see some settling down significantly. But during the daytime period, look out for some steamy temperatures, and I mean highs getting up to 32 degrees Celsius in Tobago, Trinidad coming in at 33 degrees Celsius. So lots of activity happening, especially in our wet season, which means for you farmers, there's a lot of activity happening for you as well, especially with areas of interest popping up close to the islands. And even though this one is sure to pass Trinidad and Tobago, well, we'll still see some increases in precipitation this week, regardless of all of that. Now, what you want to pay attention to is that aside from New Moon, which is happening this week as well, I believe that kicks in on the 16th, well, you can still see those intermittent cloudy patches with showers and isolated thunderstorms, and even looking out for gusty winds. Farmers, even with some rainy days ahead, you're still being advised to be wary of those steamy daytime temperatures, and that could promote wilting of leaves and gusty winds. Well, they can blow off your flower buds and they can damage your young plants in the process. So even though they're not very long lasting, these heavy downpours can still produce some localized water ponding or flooding, and this can severely impact your crops and your young livestock. So into this weekend, we will see some great rainwater harvesting capabilities, but it will make for very poor planting days ahead, especially where you have those scattered showers and thunderstorms in play. But next week, it will make for a good time for above ground crops like tomatoes and peas, even corn and cucumbers, as mixed, even intermittent cloudy periods and warm conditions begin to spread, with just a few passing showers in the mix there. It may give just enough moisture to signal seeds to sprout. And around first quarter, well, you can begin working on your seed beds and your flower gardens, as these mixed days will make for good days to clear troughs and allow for you to plow the land. That's a wrap on your farmer's forecast. That's it from me.
Weather for Grenada, Carriacou and Petite Martinique valid for tonight and the following 3 days. Weather tonight, partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy with light to moderate showers and a medium chance of isolated thunder. Tonight's minimum temperature 25 degrees Celsius. Wind east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm at times. Seas moderate, waves 3 to 4 feet in open water. Tides currently rising, high at 12 midnight, low at 5:30 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow morning, 5:57. The weather on Tuesday, the 13th day of October. Partly cloudy at first with brief light isolated showers and a low chance of thunder, improving as the day progresses. On Wednesday the 14th, partly cloudy with light isolated daytime showers, increasing in cloudiness and showers overnight with a medium chance of thunder. And on Thursday the 15th, partly cloudy to occasionally cloudy with light to moderate showers and a medium chance of thunder, improving during the evening.
Once upon a time, we shopped at Wonderland, then Neverland. But we're all grown up now and no longer believe in fairy tales. So now we just shop at Shoes R Us. At Shoes R Us, we stock the latest in shoes, tops, and jeans for the fashion-conscious lady. We also carry colognes and much, much more. And for the modern trendy male, we have the latest brand-name shoes and sneakers, Converse, Reebok, Nike, K-Swiss, Puma, and much more. So check us out at our 2 convenient locations, Melville Street in St. George and Ben Jones Street in Granville. At Shoes R Us, we say, come shop with us.
Hills and Valley Med-Care Center, located on Grenville Street, St. George's, has a highly professional team that gives excellent service in massage therapy, physiotherapy, speech therapy, medical consultation, and more. Hills and Valley Med-Care Center sells a wide range of medical supplies, offers home visits for patients in Grenada and Carriacou, and opens Monday to Saturday, 10 a.m. through to 7 p.m. Visit or call Hills and Valley Med-Care Center today, 435-6904.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
Hello sporting fans. Well, it will be a repeat of last year's finalists as defending champions St. Mark Western Stars will again face beaten 2019 finalists St. Andrew Big Parish Stars. Big Parish Stars will be raring for revenge this weekend after comfortably disposing of St. Patrick Crong City Strikers to a 4-0 defeat in the first match on Saturday. We can tell you the men from St. Andrew dominated possession and shots on goal, forcing Crong City Strikers goalkeeper Joe Max Wildman to make 10 saves throughout the game, with Darren Mudu scoring a brace. In the second encounter on Saturday, St. Mark Western Stars won a hard-fought match against St. George Royal Cannons, who made it difficult for the defending champions. A lone goal from Ryan Alexander in the 67th minute in favour of the Western Stars was the deciding factor, as both teams battled in a highly contested match. The third-place playoff, St. George Royal Cannons versus St. Patrick Crong City Strikers, kicks off at 6:30 p.m. on Saturday, while from 8:30 p.m. St. Andrew Big Parish Stars will take on St. Mark Western Stars. Financial challenges lead the difficulties being faced by the Windwards Volcanoes franchise, whose players have returned to Grenada to resume training. Interim Chief Executive Officer of Windwards Volcanoes, Dwayne Gill, said the spill-off from funding challenges for Cricket West Indies is being felt by the franchise and its players. The 50% cut, Gill says, is affecting their performance levels despite the government of Grenada's continued contribution.
So we've had that challenge, but we've managed to weather the storm, and we do have the players here now. Of course, on the ground, there's always a challenge of the weather, and you know, in terms of the facility itself, some things are not really in place. It's really no fault of anyone. You know, you look at the facility at the National Stadium, you have pitches that have to be prepared, you have pitches that have to be covered, and so on. It's not really a priority now as far as Grenada is concerned. So we are trying to manage through that situation, just to ensure that the players do still have that opportunity to play, to practice, because it's their career. And you know, you want to make sure that they have that opportunity to really excel and have something to look forward to.
Salary cuts for staff are among measures the interim chief executive officer says have been taken to manage the challenges of the franchise.
We see it as a challenge, but we have overcome the challenge or the challenges that we have. On the ground itself, we work closely with the Ministry of Sports and the Stadium Authority to ensure that everything is in place. And our staff is really dedicated. We have, you know, our head coach, Andrew Richardson. He's a former Jamaica player. And we have some of the coaches from the Ministry of Sports. So that in itself is a help to us. They are on the payroll in terms of the Ministry of Sports, and we have them on. We feel that they can also gain experience as well, being a part of this program. So that's what we are doing. We've done well so far, and we are hoping that, you know, we will continue to, you know, achieve some of the objectives that we set out to do in the first place.
This one to report the journey continues to the semis as St. George recorded a 14-run victory against St. David in the final Zone A match in the GCA Super 50 Cup. St. George batting first in a rain-affected match, scored 206 all-out in 38 overs. St. David set a revised total of 207 in 34 overs for victory and ended on 192 for 9 in 34 overs. We can tell you St. George top scorers were Daryl Cyrus, 51, Cyprian Forsyth, 37, and Kem Charles, 32 runs. Ryan John for St. David took a 5-wicket haul of 5 for 25 runs. Roland Cato with 43 runs and Keon George, 41, top scored for St. David. However, Darley Cyrus with figures of 4 for 50, Javel St. Paul, 3 for 44, and Preston McSween, 2 wickets for 27 runs, ensured victory for St. George. That's the sports news for now. Stay with us around the globe. Up next. Around the globe, despite the St. Lucia government's assurances on decriminalizing cannabis, the Ayanola Council for the Advancement of Rastafari says it is proceeding with litigation against the Attorney General in the High Court for a declaration on its usage for religious purposes. ICA boss Aaron Alexander says cannabis reform will be high on the agenda at their next quarterly general meeting scheduled for October 11th. More in this report.
The local Rastafarian community has spent the last half-century advocating for the decriminalization of marijuana for medical, religious, recreational, and commercial use. And they've endured 50 years of lip service from the revolving door of political administrations. In 2020, the Ayanola Council for the Advancement of Rastafari, or ICA, led by President Aaron Alexander, escalated their pro-cannabis fight and filed a motion in the High Court to challenge state laws which criminalizes the possession of marijuana.
There are about 4 constitutional motions that has been filed against the Attorney General office as it pertains to cannabis. So the judge decided to consolidate all this because all of them has, a lot of similarities. And our next hearing, the Attorney General's office, the representatives at the time, they called for some more time for them to review stuff, etc. So the judge gave them until the 5th of November, which would be the next hearing. So we are remaining very positive.
Commerce Minister Bradley Felix in July had to walk back assertions made by longtime cannabis movement advocate Andre de Carries, who apparently jumped the gun on the incumbent administration's intention for marijuana reform. On October 8th, the ICA boss told NBC Prime he has resigned his hope for any meaningful action on marijuana reforms from the political directorate.
Rastafari, we don't trust politicians, right? Straight out and simple. Never let a politician grant you a favor because they'll try to rule you and control you forever. So we don't trust no politicians because up to now, we had Permandu report, we had the commissioner's report, the commission report, and up to now, none of those reports have been made public. Why all the secrecy? Why all the draggy? When states are moving full steam ahead, we still seem to be just spinning top in mud. So I'm not even sure if I could even take the word of these ministers right now because we're not in anything on the movement of the whole cannabis issue.
The Cannabis Commission, launched 10 months ago, has since handed over its final report to the government on the way forward for marijuana reform. Meanwhile, ICA is getting set to host its quarterly meeting with stakeholders on October 11th. President Alexander says the group will continue discussions on their key objectives. The long-awaited decriminalization of cannabis, according to the ICA boss, will materialize, whether through court order or an act of parliament. Rihani Isidore, NBC Prime.
That's Around the Globe. We'll remind you of the headlines after this. Just have time to remind you of the headlines. Health Ministry goes into protective mode as imported COVID-19 case surfaces. Public concern that returning nationals may be breaching the quarantine protocols. Teachers Union accusing Education Minister of putting lives at risk. Former Prime Minister Tillman Thomas gives nod of approval to newly minted Grenada movement. In the sports news, accolades for Lewis Hamilton as he equals the Michael Schumacher record. And in Around the Globe, Rastafarians in St. Lucia worry of government pronouncements on cannabis decriminalization. If you missed any part of this newscast, the repeat of it will be broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online, gbn.gd, on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other stories. I'm Kenroy Baptiste. That's it for now. Good night.